Where's my darn yarn?
Hi everyone and welcome to episode 35 of the Dyepod. My name is Petra
And my name is Robert.
and we come to you from Eksjö in Sweden, where we run our yarn dyeing business, and you can find us on Instagram as Fru Valborg and www.fruvalborg.se on the internet.
That's correct.
Yeah, so hello Robert, it was a long time ago now.
Yeah, we have as an ambition, as some of you know, to do this every 3 weeks, but we have not delivered this time. And we will come back to why. There's a lot of things going on in our lives. Sometimes it is like this.
Yeah. So, I have a lot of knitting to share, I think.
Yeah.
And a lot of live stuff maybe as well. We thought maybe we should take the live stuff and the main section of the beer at the end.
Exactly.
And start with with all the knitting and yarn and things in the beginning.
Yeah, so we flip it around. We usually do the other way around, but we try a little different format today. So we start with the knitting and then we end with the good stuff.
Yeah, so if you are only here for the knitting content, we share that with you now, and then if you like to stick around for the rest, just hang in there. Otherwise, you can just check out whatever.
Yep. That means that now we should be talking about knitting, and you cannot see this watching, but I of course see the whole room, and I can see down there on the floor there are a lot of knitting bags lying there, which I assume means that you have a lot of knitting stuff to show us today.
Yeah, I have a lot of whips, so to say, and less of the
FOs.
FOs.
We got some whips, but not so many FOs.
No.
So let's do some whips.
Yeah. So I have one FO.
Yeah.
And you see it here?
Let me ask you a question before you describe this.
Yeah.
What kind of body temperature do you have right now?
I think it is around 42.
Okay.
Just a guess. We actually had really great weather in Sweden at the moment. Today it has been a few days with a little more cloudy, but otherwise it has been around 32 degrees. And we have done a lot of swimming and everything, so it's really hot, and today it's a little sticky. And I put this on just to show you, but I feel really overheated already. So I'll see how long I can wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us, what is it?
So I introduced a new yarn base just 2 days ago now, I think. And I have talked about it a lot, I guess. It's the Merlin worsted base that I also have in singles, but now it has the half the length of the Merlin singles. So anyway, it's 90% merino subwash and 10% linen in this yarn base. And of course I wanted to knit it up to see how it works and things like that. So I have made several swatches and started my second project now in that base that I will show you as well. But this anyway is the Ranunculus sweater by Midori Hirose, who is also Knit Cafe Midori, I think, on Instagram. We will write it down here. So I knitted this in just one strand of Merlin worsted in the colorway Stacchi Slanata.
Stacchi Slanata?
Yeah, it's a Latin word. It was actually one of the followers on Instagram that suggested the name for it. It's Latin for a plant that has this really grayish, greenish tone to it. In Swedish, it's called lammöra. Yeah, so anyway. So I'm really happy with this. I will show you, see if you can, It has a really beautiful yoke, and it's knitted on a 6mm needle. And I think you can see the structure on the yarn base now, with the linen bumps coming around here and there. That can make that you get like a big stitch somewhere because it has a really lovely linen bump coming in the yarn and things like that. So it's a simple and fun pattern, and as I said, you use a 6mm needle, so you just and then it's almost done. So you can use almost just any yarn for it. I know people have knitted it in one strand of mohair, or you have a worsted weight, or like a fingering if you want it really like a really drapey, see-through material, so to say.
But the best yarn is, of course, if you use a Merlin worsted.
Yeah, well.
In.
Okay, we can say that anyway.
We say that. Probably. If if you add the word probably, then you're fine. That's how Carlsberg does it.
Yeah, okay,
so that's probably the best yarn you can use.
Yes. Anyway, I think it turned out really great in the base because the yarn has a really drape. Did I say drape?
You said drape.
Okay. It has a good drape though.
Yeah.
But because the linen makes yarn a little bit more flowy than it's maybe only merino wool, and it gives it a beautiful structure, and I think the material turned out really great on a 6mm needle. It's not really tight, but it's not the see-through, so it's like a regular sweater. And I used the 6mm needle and 60 stitches cast on, just as the pattern said, for the wider neckline, which is not that wide anyway. But and the only modifications I did was in the pattern there are a few more of the increase rows under the arm, which makes the sweater really oversized. However, I didn't want it that oversized and the sleeves to be very wide, so I just took away maybe 3 or 4 rows of the increases under the arm. That made, of course, the arms, the sleeves a little more fitted and the body a little more fitted. And since you knit it top down, you can always try it on as you go when you knit to see if you think maybe the yoke is enough, has enough depth also. And I was really happy. It is a little oversized, as you can see, but not that much. To me, I think it's just good with it. I don't like if it's like this big and it just flows around your stomach, so to say. So
so now I have a question.
Yeah.
You said you knitted this with 6mm needles.
Yeah.
If I instead would have knitted this with 3mm needles, would it take twice as long?
Maybe not, because not if you didn't adjust the size, so you casted on more stitches. But with a 3mm needle, it would be much smaller.
But if I wanted the same size, this big sweater,
then you would have to add a lot of stitches, of course, because you knit with half of the needle size.
Okay, so is that the way to think, that if you have a smaller needle, then it takes much longer?
Yes, but that's because you use a lot of more yardage with a small needle. Because
that I understood.
Yeah. Okay. So that's.
I just wanted to check if my logic checked in or not.
Yes.
And I still don't really understand. Maybe. I will stay quiet now.
Okay. Well, okay. Anyway, I used a little more than 3.5 skeins for this, and I think that if you just follow the pattern and do a little more of the increases under the arms, you might need 5 skeins of this base. I know also you can knit it with 1 skein of mohair, so it depends, of course, of the yarn that you knit with. But I used 3.5, and I'm a 96 centimeter bust, so if that might say you anything about the sizing and things. And I'm kind of tall, 172 centimeters long.
Yeah.
I'm starting to shrink a bit, but that's somehow around there. So, yeah.
And this was the first thing you did with your new base.
Except for all the swatches, but yes.
And what is now your verdict?
I really like it. It's a really soft base, and I think it is really interesting with the little structured material that you get with linen. It's the same with the singles, I think. It gives a little more interest to the material.
Okay.
And it's really fun to dye. I like to dye it as well, which to me is really important. Yeah, and it's really soft and drapey, and I think it's beautiful.
No regrets then?
No regrets, actually. No.
Excellent.
And I can say that because I know with the worsted this could also knit up as an Aran weight yarn, because it is 180 meters only on 100 grams. So you can, for this one, when I use the 6mm needles, you get the Aran gauge, so to say, like around 15 stitches on 10 centimeters for a swatch. And I also started another project with a 4mm needle, and then I get like a heavy DK gauge with about 20 stitches on 10 centimeters. So you can modify it or use it as you wish. But I wouldn't go below 4mm needles, I think, and maybe not much higher than a 6mm if you don't want it really glaze. What do you say?
I don't know.
Anyway, if you don't want it too see-through, so to say. So yeah, I'm happy.
That's good. When you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think a lot of people has already knitted this, but I could really recommend the pattern. And you find it on Ravelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, pick a bag.
Yes, I will pick a bag. I can pick the bag with the same, just to show another in the same quality.
This is one of my favorites.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I really
it's
like that
fun.
pattern.
So this is a new pattern from on Instagram. She is a native knitter, and I think on Ravelry, I think her name is Jennifer Berg, or Berg as we say in Sweden, but Jennifer Berg, but we will write it the correct below. So this is the sheep camp sweater, and I bought it on Ravelry. And I also used the Merlin worsted base for this. It's in the colorway Wildling here, which is kind of a variegated grey with a little brown and grey speckles. And the main is just a fluke pot I made, but I have dyed almost the same for the shop now as well. You can see the linen bumps here. It's really beautiful, I think. So this is a really deep purple with rusty nuances to it. And I really like this. It was a really fun yoke. This, of course, with this thick yarn is a really heavy project. I would not wear it in the summer, so to say, but it's really beautiful.
As they say in Game of Thrones, winter is coming.
Yeah, winter is coming. And I really like it. So it's only the sleeves left. It was a really fun yoke, and it fits really well. I think the yoke will be a little better with blocking, because at the moment, as I think all round yokes turn out a little bit bumpy, you know, like this first before blocking, as you can see maybe. But then when you take it on and you fill it out, it turns out really, really beautiful. And this will a little longer maybe than a cropped one, but it's like this. It will be like this.
How long will the arms be, you said?
I don't know, maybe like this. I'm not much for having the arms, since I always work with my hands, knitting or dyeing or whatever. I don't like, or do the dishes or whatever.
Especially that. You do a lot of dishes.
I actually do.
I know.
Yeah. So I like this length. It's a little longer maybe than a 3/4, but down to, yeah, I think I really like this length. I made an I-cord on this one as finishing the arms, and I really think that's a beautiful way to end a sleeve if you don't want Sometimes I just miss out the words, but if you don't want this...
This other way.
Yeah, this
Cuff.
cuff. Never mind, it
No
will
cuff.
come to me, it will come to me.
So
But maybe I could do that at this one as well, because I liked the way this looked. Just knit it down, make one row of decreases, and then do the I-cord.
And if you don't know how to do an I-cord, you can contact me, because I know. It's the important thing to remember is 4 4 4 4.
True. You can also do it with 3, but 4 is...
I have learned 4.
Yes, good, you have learned 4.
So, but I assume otherwise it would be 3 3 3 3.
Yeah, true.
You see?
Yeah.
I know my knitting.
And here's the yarn, the Weidling color. And you can see it's 2-ply. I don't know if it's...
Is
So
it
anyway-
available in your shop?
The yarn is available, yes. It was released just 2 days ago or something like that. So it's in there if you'd like to try it out.
Okay.
So that was that whip.
Now I can pick a bag. I would pick the one from H&H.
Okay. I don't know if I showed this before. Maybe only on Instagram, I think. This is one of the projects actually that gone through the Make 9.
Yeah.
One of the few that I have left on my Make 9.
One of the few that you actually did or have left.
That I still want to do.
Okay.
So, this is the Nigella sweater by Mary Wallen from her publication Meadow. And this is the piece, of course, on the front here. And I have looked at this many times and I think it's really, really beautiful. However, it's kind of a fitted garment and kind of long, and I don't like to wear a long fitted knitted piece, I think. So I decided to steek it and make a cardigan of it instead. So I can wear it open with just a top below or something like that. That I think will be very beautiful, because I'm very fond of longer cardigans when wearing a top with a pair of jeans or anything like that. So I cast it on with one size bigger needle than suggested, just because I wanted it not to go, like that around your butt. I wanted to flow out a little over the butt, so to say. And then I have changed, just recently I changed to the right needle, just to go in a little, to shape the body with only the size of the needles instead of increasing and decreasing stitches and things like that. Because that's not so easy when you have this much collar work to just add and take away stitches as you wish. Mm-hmm. So I'm resizing it a bit with the needle size instead. And I have never steeked before, and I will be very, very afraid when I will cut in this, because this will be my piece of art, I think, when I'm done. It's a lot of work. Mm. But it is a really beautiful color work pattern. And I think it turns out fine with the color work. It looks kind of even, and since I was in a rush to cast it on and I didn't know how to actually steek, I just cast it on 10 extra stitches in the middle. I thought that must be enough, I think. So I'm just knitting them like, I don't know, a little, just as I feel like.
Ah, okay. So that's where you cut.
Yeah, so you will not see this part, of course, but I have no idea how to, when I cut it, how the threads will open up or whatever.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so
I guess you're doing something in the vertical way to kind of lock in the stitches, right?
Yeah, you can. I think I will. Many people crochet, like do a crochet crochet all over this edge here, and then pick up stitches from that one. Some people use the sewing machine, I think, but I don't want that because that makes it really stretchy, and that might be not good for the garment. So I think I will do a crochet. I have to Google that one when I get there. I don't know how to do that. I'm just knitting peacefully at the moment, and then I will learn that later, I think. So anyway, this is just like this part yet, so it has a long way to go before it's done. And the sleeves are just as much color work on as the body.
Wow.
So maybe on my 50-year-old birthday in 5 years, I will give this to myself as a present. I don't know.
You will have completed this before October, is my prediction.
Oh yeah, but I have so many projects at the moment.
It's still my prediction though.
Okay, yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
At least at the end of the year. I hope so. It's really beautiful. It's a Massam, Bluefest Leicester Massam base in the fingering version that is not in the shop, but that I just wanted to use. I only have the DK version of the BFL Massam. So, and this is the natural grey and corroded. So, yeah, that's a really fun project, but just something that you do when you're focused.
Yeah.
Nothing you just take.
So this is what you do when I'm playing Call of Duty.
Yes, that's true. And I like that you play Call of Duty.
Yeah, you can focus.
Yes, because, and that's not to be stupid, but me and Robert look a lot on Netflix and things like that. And then I can only knit the really, really simple things, you know, like just knitting the round, simple things, increasing maybe yarn overs, not more, because otherwise he looks and I'm sitting there looking at the pattern, and that's not so fun maybe. But when you play Call of Duty, he's really focused and having headset and things, and then I can just read the pattern, I can watch a podcast at the same time, and you don't mind about me at all, which I think is really great.
What is my Call of Duty face?
We actually laughed at him yesterday with the children, because you should think of your posture, I think, because from the side you sit like this and very focused. So you have to stretch out. You will be like this when if you play a lot.
Yeah.
Which you do at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's really fine. And you also watch a lot of football EM at the moment. Also really fine for me. I'm knitting away on my projects.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win. Okay.
Okay, now I will go for the slightly pink bag.
Okay. My little project bag that I got from Eva. I will talk more about Eva
Shout
later.
out.
But I will show the project instead first. So, actually one of my Instagram friends, Veronica, you know, you have a lot of people that I have contact with many years now, since I started my company, and we write to each other and inspiration each other and things like that. She actually reminded me of a base that I dyed on many years ago now, which is a non-superwash merino silk base, and she said that's her favorite base for the summer and like more cool garments, so to say. So that was really nice. So I just ordered a few kilos home, and I dyed it up, and I love it as well. I had almost forgot it. Okay. So now a lot of kilos is on my way here, and I will dye it up for next summer update actually.
Next summer?
No, this summer update. In 2 weeks when I will dye a little for. It's a beautiful base. It is, as I said, 50% mulberry silk and 50% non-superwash untreated merino. And it is so soft. I just asked you to feel it the other day.
Yes, it feels like, you know, when you're a baby and you have this blanket.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the sheen to it here. It's a really, really beautiful one. It's beautiful for garments and for shawls and...
Snuttefilt.
Yeah, snuttefiltar. So I have been wanting, I really want cardigans, but I am a lazy knitter and like to knit sweaters in the round because they are done so much faster. But I always say I don't have the cardigans. So I wanted this fingering cardigan to use over like a tank top or a skirt or whatever. And Amber O'Brien, a lady, designs a lot of beautiful shawls, but also some crop smaller cardigans. I found a pattern of hers that I really, really liked. It's called the Ochre cardigan, and we will write it down here. You can find it on Ravelry. So this is an open cardi, so it's supposed to just, you know, hang here over another top below. It's just to the waistline, and I've just started to knit the lace. That is, it's a border of lace below here. And I don't know, I only dyed 2 skeins and I really regret it now. It will not be enough.
Okay.
So I don't know what to do. Maybe just save the cuffs and the neckband that going all the way around and try to do maybe a little darker than this, just to make it a little bit like a contrast.
Because even though you would dye another skein, it wouldn't look exactly like
No,
this.
because I just, well, I take that color, but I make it a little paler. So, and then I just didn't measure how much I needed, so it will not be the same.
Okay.
So that's a little problematic for me. I'm thinking of that every row I knit. I'm kind of hurry myself if the yarn will be enough if I knit it really fast.
Yeah.
Many people call this, I think they call it the yarn chicken race. You knit faster and faster and think maybe the yarn will just don't understand it, that it will end soon.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, it fits really great. However, I knit it with a fingering and I think she uses a sport or something. So I just had to modify this a lot. I cast it on the right number of stitches, but then I just made the raglan increases until I tried it on and I thought it fit under the arms. And then I counted all the stitches I had left for the body just to see if there was a number of the stitches that could match any of the sizes from the pattern. Just because I wanted, of course, the lace to fit well. And one of the biggest sizes had just 2 stitches more than I had on the body. So I increased 2 more when I'm knitting 1 row. So I have the right stitch number now for one of the sizes, one of the biggest sizes, just because I have knitted with a thinner yarn, of course. So
will you have buttons?
No, it's just open. It's not even any material here, you know. It just goes like this.
Okay.
So, and it's really nice, I think, because I think many times I like an open cardigan, and when you knit it like this, and if this was open, this many times just hang out, you know, the neckline. So it's just an open. It's really nice. I can totally recommend it. Maybe use another yarn if you want the same stitch count. But also don't be afraid to just knit and try it on. Sometimes it will fit.
And sometimes it will not. Then you can knit something else.
But you can
or give
always
it to someone.
count a little and just see, you know, it's not that big of a deal to modify it and just make it to fit your body or the yarn. In this case I wanted it to fit the yarn, so
Okay.
yeah. It's really nice, and this is such a drapey yarn with the silk and everything. Although, since the merino is untreated, That makes the yarn a little more sturdy, maybe than it should have been with the superwash merino. So it's perfect for cardigans and shawls and things. Okay.
So now I will pick this one.
Yeah.
The brown one.
The brown one. So, I also have another base, as you might know, the BFL Massan base, the DK untreated yarn that was released quite some time ago now, because we are a little late for the party. There is also one.
Double.
Oh my god, I have so many projects now.
You told me this morning when we were talking about doing the pod today, you were like, I don't really know if I have so much to show today. And what did I say?
You said you should have a lot because I've seen you knitting many days, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was true. I have a lot. I have even more that I didn't pick with me. Because it would be, I'm in, like a cast-on mojo. I just want to cast. I have more cast-ons to show you because I have more things. Anyway, I wanted to do a lovely shawl of the BFL Massan base because it's a really soft, even though it's a woolly wool untreated yarn. And I have been watching the Elfriede shawl from Line magazine. In this issue, I think it's the issue 6, and the Elfriede shawl is the name of the pattern, and the designer is Shannon Cook. And I think maybe I should show a little picture. So here it is. I don't know, do you see that? So it's a really simple lace pattern on the main part of the shawl, as you can see here, just with eyelets, so to say. I'm in the middle of a row now, which is not good, but it looks like this, and it has this edge that's really beautiful on the side. If I can show it like this. It's like a lifted stitch when you knit the side there. It's really beautiful. And then when you're done with the lace section, you go over to this part. So it's only knitting, and then you get these kind of you lift the stitch all the time on the right rows, I think, so you get this. And there's the name. I can't see it now either. Like a cuff ribbing was the thing. Like this ribbing border anyway. And I think this is almost done. I think it's maybe 5 centimeters left before this is ready.
Looks pretty heavy.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel heavy. It's really airy, this yarn.
Okay.
So this will be a.
You are really ready for winter.
Yes. I have a lot of tank tops that I want to cast on actually, but they will be cast on until the summer is done.
Yeah.
And then I have sit with all this woolly wool in my lap in 32 degrees, and be.
Maybe you need to adjust the season pattern. So you.
Yeah, but I'm really not a good planner. We have talked about this.
That is
before.
true. This is true.
I try to be. But as you see, I have not yet succeeded with that one.
No.
So I have a lot of wool in my lap at the moment in all the heat here in Sweden. Anyway, I think this will be great. It's a beautiful yarn, and it's really, really nice to work with. And this is just a natural color that I really like. It's beautiful to mix with a... these are some dyed colors in the BFL Massan. So pairing these with this natural is really beautiful, I think.
And then you said there was something more in the bag.
Yes,
hiding.
I found something in the bottom of.
Do you even know what it is?
Yes, I know what it is.
Okay.
And it should be done a long time ago, because Abby Knits, who is a designer I think in Canada, I hope I don't say wrong, but she has designed a really beautiful t-shirt of my Silk York Singles base in the golden colorway. I have shared it on Instagram, so you might have seen it. And I was supposed to be
Test knitter.
the test knitter.
Don't ask her to be a test knitter.
Never ask me. I don't know what it is, but as soon as I know I have to knit it, it just that project just I don't know what it is.
Is that only with knitting?
No. No, it's not only with the knitting. It's how my whole life works. Anyway, but now we just talk about knitting.
True.
Yeah. So this is how far I got with the test knits. So it's a really fun construction actually, and it is a really fun pattern and really beautiful. But now when everything is done, I actually started to knit on it again, because now I have nothing to I don't know.
There's no deadline.
There's no deadline. Now I can knit on it again. So this is casted on like the first t-shirt is, and it looks so small. I hope it will grow. Anyway, you knit one sleeve, a short sleeve, and then you knit, on this side. So you knit it
from the side.
from the arm and over there to the next arm. And it has a really beautiful lace pattern that is really fun. However, I was really bad at this. I think I ripped it out 5 times. I started and I tried several rows, and I just could not understand how the lace was made. And I almost just, I just skipped this. But I don't know, maybe I found a video or something, some tutorial via YouTube or something. But actually I got it, and it's really, really beautiful, and it's a really fun lace pattern. And now I have it in my head, so I can remember it. So it's, as I said, a t-shirt, and this will be down here, like that. The arm looks like a tiny...
You will continue to knit it horizontally, so you're going to knit yourself around.
Yes, so I guess when I'm soon done with this one, it's supposed to be a few inches longer, but when this is done, I can imagine I cast on the other arm and knit the back, and then seam them together here. I think that's... I just start from the start of the pattern, and then I do exactly as it says, and I have not read it all through.
Okay.
I'm just trusting the pattern, it will work out fine.
Yeah, sure it will.
As a perfect test knitter that's supposed to actually read the pattern. Very good, but yeah. So I think you can see this kind of a half, and then it's a back. But it's a really fun knit, and it's really nice, and I use my Silk York Singles as well in the colorway Night's Watch, which is the dark blue, grey.
It's a nice colorway.
Thank you. I always say I don't like blue, but I like some blues. I really like this one, actually. Yeah, I think that was the things that I actually have with me. There is one important cast on that I'm about to do that I would like to talk about. And
what is that then?
That is actually, I will actually show you a picture. The thing is, I found this on Instagram first. I saw it there, and I kind of fell in love with the pattern, because it's like a patchwork, it looks like a patchwork blanket or something. And I decided I really, really want to knit this, but I think it's it will be a little struggle, because you knit with, I will show it to you. This is the Scout shawl. It's like a quilt, a quilt, yeah. And The designer is Florence Sperling, and she has Florence Sperling Studio, I think, as an Instagram page. So I have been thinking a lot about color combos for the shawl, and I have been looking at all the different shawls that is knitted up in it, and then I just decided for a combo, and I now have dyed four combos for the shawl as well.
Which yarn will you use?
I will use merino singles in these colorways. And I think this is a really fun combo. It's not something maybe I like the caramel and things, but it's a little more happy colors maybe than I usually choose.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, the shawl is such a joyful shawl with the patterns, so I thought it was fun with some fun color combo for it.
Mm.
So I think this will be a great combo, and I also sold a few of these kits the same, so it will be very fun seeing the shawl be knitted up in these. However, me and Eva at Eva Swammel will start a call the next Friday.
Nice.
The 9th of July, and we will actually keep it in Swedish because there are a lot of Swedish knitters. I think we mostly have them on that group.
Okay.
So it will be a little easier with the English pattern, and it's kind of maybe a difficult pattern for many people, probably including me.
Yeah.
So
you'll start next week?
Yeah, we will start next week. So if you know Swedish or just want to join and watch pictures, and of course you can ask questions in English and we will answer them in English. It's just that I think the most people are Swedish and will write in Swedish. But if you have questions or just want to show your projects or whatever, maybe just Google Translate the words. That's of course totally fine as well. So yeah. And because this is, you know, you have these, in many of the rows you use all these colorways at the same time.
Ooh.
So there will be, plus one of them, the edge colorway is divided in two. So you have it there and there. And you will have 6 yarn balls at the same time working in the shawl.
Wow.
And for me, it's also in tarsia, so you have 2 different color blocks. So you have to knit in tarsia with these. And when you turn around your project, you will have to knit color work on the wrong side, so from the purl side. I have never done that before, and I think this will be a challenge for me. All the yarn balls, the purling. Yeah, so we might need each other for this project, I can imagine.
And you will do this on Instagram, yes?
Instagram, and Eva also started a Ravelry group for it.
Okay.
So you can use the hashtag Scout Shawl Call _ SWE, so like in Swedish.
We put it here.
Yeah, we put it in.
On
or
Ravelry.
on Ravelry.
Mm.
So that's really fun.
Nice.
Yes.
And I think I have a lot of Call of Duty ahead of me.
Yes, because this will be 100%
This is not a Netflix
focus.
knit, ladies
no,
and gentlemen.
it's not. Which is, I'm imagining we will have this call like forever.
The next 10 years, so no rush.
Yeah, I think it will take some time actually, but maybe it's so fun. Yeah, so I think that might be that for the knitting.
That was a lot of knitting.
Yeah, that was a lot. I also have 2 tank tops I want to cast on.
Mm-hmm.
And of course they will be ready at the end of the summer, but I can wear them the next summer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that was everything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think we will talk about non-knitting stuff, yes?
Yeah.
So, as we said in the beginning, it's been a while. I think it's been like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 weeks, something like that. Mm-hmm. We actually tried we had an ambition to record this pod maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
Yes.
But then we made a mistake, so we had not charged the camera.
We actually sat down, and when I was about to turn the camera on, it just didn't turn on.
No. So then we postponed it, and here we are. So that is actually a decent excuse.
Yes, it totally
It's
is.
not our fault.
No.
It's the camera.
Yeah, it's the camera.
Yeah. So what's happened then the latest 7-8-ish weeks, Petra?
It has been a lot. In the spring for us, there are a lot of parties or like
It's party season.
birthdays. We are. I think we are. It's. We are about 6 or 7 people having birthday in our closest family in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And there are, the school run out, the school finish, and it is a lot in the spring for us. So we have had a lot of dinners, cakes and presents and everything of that.
Yeah.
And my parents also had their 50th celebrated wedding day.
Yeah.
So we also celebrated that, and it has been a lot of that, I think. And when the school's running out and things, there's always a lot of stuff going on, and so the time passes by really, really fast. I have also had the pleasure to have Eva at Eva Swammel on a visit.
Yeah.
She visited us for a weekend. And she was with me in the studio and things, and that was really, really nice. She made up some kits that are sold out now, but thank you for buying them. She found my secret stash, so to say.
Yeah.
Her eyes are like yours. It's
But
like eagle eyes.
But there is a difference though. Because when I say that, why would you have 50 skeins here, you just tell me to not bother and shut up. But when Eva says it, then you make kits.
But I didn't
We are
make
using
any
each
kits.
other. No, but she makes kits. I wouldn't be allowed to do that.
Okay, no, that's
So it's different.
Yeah, it's a different. Yeah, it's different. But you're my husband.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was really nice. We have. What else we have been? My birthday was a few weeks ago, and we were on a really nice trip. You might have seen it on Instagram as well. But we was on this like a floating boat or something like that, just like a little house in the middle of a sea. And we stayed there for a night, and we had just bought our new soup boards. I think you could say that in English.
Yes. Stand-up paddle.
Stand-up paddle. So we brought them along, and this was a surprise, of course. I had no idea where we were going.
You thought we were going golfing?
Yeah, because it was this place was behind the golf course. And when you drove in there, and I just saw this like professional golf course, we're gonna play golf. I don't like golf. I like golf if I can have a beer at the same time and just have the ball in the woods, and nobody will mind. But so I said, okay, that's fine. We will play golf. It's cool.
Yeah, you had a good face.
Yes,
like,
but you just drove past that. And then we came to this like wild adventure park, so to say. And there were, you could riding the mountain bikes in the forest. There was saunas. There were these big, I don't know what you call them in English, but in Swedish. Teepees, yeah, okay, like these really big tents where you can sleep like 20 people or something. There were small houses, hotel houses in the lakes and things like that. So it was a really, really nice place, and it was really a pleasure to sleep there for a night. It was so calm. You just saw the lake and the forests from the windows. It was windows all over the house and in the roof. So that was really, it was a great day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And yeah, I guess that's what we have taken a lot of baths. It has been really hot, as we said, here in Sweden. So it has been a lot of swimming in the lake. We have like 3 minutes to walk to our closest lake or sea, or what, I don't know exact lake. So we have been there a lot, and of course there has been a lot of painting. Yes. And I should say for Robert mostly. Robert has painted, we have a huge house. We are a lot of people in the family, as you might know. We are 7 people with a lot of rooms, a very big house. It's been before like this 2-family house. And it's really boring to paint this house. But Robert, he is like the king.
Yeah.
You have been painting. I have painted a few. We have also changed all the windows in the house. So I have started to paint a few of the windows. That's all I can brag about. So you have been really good at this. Also, we had carpenters that has built a really big wood deck, like a deck outside the house.
Yeah.
And that has, they are just finished 5 days ago or something. So that has been really nice, actually.
Yeah, we used it for the first time on midsummer when we had some friends over.
Yeah.
And it's big, it's
True.
like 40-50 square meters.
Yeah.
Pretty big. That is really nice. They did a very good job, those carpenters. And they said, you know, when we hired them, they were like, we have so many other things to do, maybe at the end of July, but we can't really promise. And then they actually delivered by midsummer, which was impressive. So now we just need to furnish it. Because now it's just a deck, there's no furniture.
Yeah, that's true. It's
That's
like you can
like
have
a dance
disco.
floor.
You can have disco floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got our first
Vaccine.
vaccine.
Boom,
Yay.
boom, boom! Vaccine! That was really nice.
Okay, that was really nice.
The vaccine, I mean.
Yeah.
So the 3rd of August we get the second shot, and then we are fully vaccinated. And then I will hope I get some type of diploma
Yeah, hopefully.
that I can use and we can use to do everything.
Yeah, it feels really great actually. It's not far before we're done now then. So and our parents has got them, and and we also had Corona, as you know, maybe. But yeah, it feels really great.
For sure.
Actually. So yeah, I think that's mostly what happened.
Yeah.
And now we have all the vacation in front of us.
Yes. I work some more weeks. You say that you want to have some vacation already now, right? Pretty soon.
Yeah.
In a couple of days.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
We have rented a house on the west coast of Sweden, kind of outside Gothenburg, on an island, a small island called Flaten. And I think it's just about the sea or the ocean, so to say. And we will go there with the children and stay there for like 5 or 6 nights. So that will be really nice actually, to go away for some time, and I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's really beautiful on the west coast of Sweden, with all with the ocean and all the small. It's really beautiful, and like this cliffs at the ocean and like that. It's really beautiful.
So do you agree with the saying, the west coast is the best coast?
Yes, I really like the west coast. However, I also said that Österlen is one of my favorite parts in Sweden, and that's actually on the east coast.
That's true.
So and of course, like the Stockholm, what do you say, skärgård? Archipelago. It's really beautiful, of course. But I like the ocean better, I should say, on the west coast, and I really I like it there really. I think I should maybe have chosen that first, but I really like many parts of the east coast as well, of course. It's beautiful. I think it's beautiful everywhere, almost at the coast. So
we have also booked one full day at the amusement park Liseberg in Gothenburg.
And the children have been waiting for this for so long now.
Yep.
It's I should say, at least mine, I think it's yours maybe also, favorite park in Sweden with all the coasters and it's a really fun place to be. They have great roller coasters and great like this adventure things, I think.
Definitely.
And the children really love this place.
Yeah.
So now with the corona and everything, they have made it this year. It was of course closed last year, but you can book. So there are a few spots that you can book, and everything comes home with these tickets and everything. So you just have to go in and avoid all the lines and things like that. So they have corona safety in that way.
Yes.
But that will be really fun. I love going on roller coasters.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I only have one that I have a little trouble with, and it's a one called Atmosphere.
Yeah.
Where I think you're taken, maybe I'm wrong, but like 100 and something meters up in the air in this big round thing that we sit people all around in a circle. And then when you're at the top, it starts counting down from 10 to 0, and you're kind of bracing yourself, and it always drops. It never drops on 0, so it can drop on 9 or 3 or 6, which means you're always taken by surprise. And it's on top of a mountain, so even though it's like 100 something meters tall, it feels for me like it's like 300 meters.
Yeah.
So that is, but I do it once every time we are there. I do it always once, because I know that if I don't do it, then I will never do it again. So I have to do it once every time.
Yeah.
But that one is not, I don't find any pleasure in it, to say it like that. The rest, however, is totally fine.
Yeah, it is really high, I should say.
Jesus.
It's really high. But it's, I think it's a little scary, but I really enjoy the rush.
Yes.
Of adrenaline when you just whoa, when you go like that down, and it feels like all your belly sticks up there because it's just, and it feels like everything is still up there. It's really fun. I'm really looking forward to this actually.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I would go. I would love to go like these places where they are like huge. Like I can imagine in America there are huge roller coasters.
Totally.
Yeah, but that would be really fun.
Maybe sometime we can go there.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Before we're too old.
Yeah. And finally we booked some tickets to a concert, but that's in August. To a band called Smith and Tell, who our kids like, and I think we like them too. Yeah,
they're really good. They have one of my favorite songs, and it's really catchy song. I really like that. It will be great as well. It's like you get seated there because they don't want the public to stand on each other, so you have to book seats for it. But that will be really great.
It's brilliant that we finally are in a world where you can do stuff like that. I think that's what or at least what I've been missing. Not that I want to, go travel everywhere all the time, but going to Liseberg, going to a concert, just doing stuff like that occasionally.
Yeah.
Makes life so much better.
Yeah, and then we will be fully vaccinated when we go away as well. So that's great.
Yeah.
We actually booked for a whole way out west.
Yes, that's right.
It's one of Sweden's biggest music festivals, you could say. So we actually booked tickets for next year to that because we just want to, with our competition friends, so to say, the couple that we have do a lot of fun stuff with. But so we are going there next year. That's really fun. We booked a hotel and everything.
It's time to compete again, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
been a
we
while.
decided a weekend yesterday. Yeah.
Excellent. Golf.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our weak. That's our weak spot. When we compete with these two people, we have so far. I think we are winning most of it, but golf, we are not winning.
No. We are lousy golfers, but it's fun anyway.
Yeah, it's super fun.
I think it took me like 10 shots, swings before I actually, and all those 10 went into the forest on one of the, that we went on. But that you just laugh because it's just funny because you are so lousy.
And there's a silver lining because when you did that, and you were not the only one, I should say, we had a lot of balls in the forest, all of us. But then we had to go find them, and we found a lot more than we actually shot in there. So we ended with many extra golf balls.
It has been more shooting into the forests.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're having a nice summer ahead of us, and I really hope you have a lovely summer ahead of you as well, and that you might have the opportunity to meet some nice people or family, or I know many people now maybe meet their family for the first time in a long, long time. So we are still waiting to meet Robert's family. It's been over 1.5 years now.
Yeah.
So it's a little tough, but I hope it will be easy up after the summer when, at least in Sweden, almost everyone has took their vaccine, and hopefully everyone take their
Take your shots, please.
Yes. Please.
But now I think it's we are a little bit in limbo now for a while because, for instance, my parents, they've both taken their vaccines, but they're still a little bit hesitant because you can, and for good reason, you can hear about people who get infected anyway, and there are these mutations and stuff like that. So I think people will be hesitating for a little while until you kind of take the first step.
Yeah.
And then when you've done the first step, when we meet them the next time, then I think, okay, now we've kind of met. But it's going to take some energy to kind of get over this first threshold, I believe.
Yeah, that's true.
But hopefully by early autumn we can meet each other again, so either they can come here or we can go to Norway. We miss them.
Yes,
we miss you if you're watching.
Yes.
So that's going to be nice, really nice. I've never ever experienced being away from my family so long.
No, I know. I can imagine. I have never done that, so
I've been living abroad for more than 20 years, but it's never happened.
No.
Not even close. So yeah, strange.
Yeah.
Last time we had these questions, do you remember? People could ask questions and then we answered some of those questions.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And there was one question we didn't answer because we couldn't find it. And she reminded us, why did you answer this question?
Yeah, okay.
So I said, yes, we will answer it next time.
Okay.
And the question was, how did we meet?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Shall I start?
Yeah, you can start.
You remember.
I remember.
We have a
Of course I do.
There's a little long story about this, we could say. Shall I will try to make it short then.
Yeah, do it.
The thing is that me and Robert has known each other for a long time. However, when the first time we met, Robert was married to, not then you were married, but Robert was dating my best friend since we were 2 years old. Her name is Malin, and we have been best friends for all our lives, and she introduced me and my husband then to Robert and things like that. So we have been as two different couples meeting along very much for many years. Then Malin was sick, and she actually passed away for several years now. And then I had got divorced, And but since we are kind of connected anyway, because when Robert and Malin got married, I was your maid of honor.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. And Robert and Malin was also like what do you say?
Godparents.
Godparents for me and my previous husband's children. So that's that's a really nice story. And I think maybe I've been to 2 marriages, and one was the one with you when I was a bridesmaid, and the one when we got married. But anyway, when I was divorced then, and Malin has passed away, and we still meted because our children knew each other, of course, and like that. So after some time when we met with the children, it was like something started to change a bit. It felt a little different, and in a while there was something else than friendship, so to say.
Yeah.
And that was really special, because we had known each other for many years, and our children knew each other, and it was special to change the relationship from being friends to actually being like a couple instead. But that was also really nice, because it's not easy to meet people when you're grown up having children. I can imagine many people can relate to this. It's not easy mixing families and children and everything up. I think maybe that's how it has been so good in the end. It's a really special. It's a special story maybe, but that's actually how it was.
And in the beginning it was a little weird, not necessarily with you, but with everybody around us, who we didn't know how they would react and so on. But I think everybody actually was really good about this, and there was never a time where I was feeling, or I think you were feeling, that this is not seen as okay, or
no.
So it's been super.
We have a family that is really we meet your children's grandparents a lot. I have been in their house since I was just a little baby almost.
Yeah.
So I know them, of course, and I know Malin's sisters very well, because we have grown up together. So I have like the story of your children's mother's backstory, or what to say. So when we watch, if I take my pictures from when I was small, Malin is along there in very many of those pictures, because we were inseparable. We were always together when we were small. So it's a family where we can meet everyone. It's like and my ex-husband, because you have been meeting, and if we are in Norway celebrating Christmas, my ex-husband is with my parents.
Yeah.
Celebrating Christmas. It's a little.
And when we are here, we are sometimes with him.
Yes.
So, but your ex-husband is, I would say, maybe it's different in a way now, because now we are married and so on. But he is one of my buddies.
Yeah.
Or we knew each other for many years as buddies.
Yeah.
And now I'm married to his ex-wife, but it sounds complicated, but actually it's not that complicated. I think he's fine with this, I'm fine with this, everybody's fine with this.
Yeah, and it was of course many times, a long time after that we happened.
Yes.
So
So that's the story at least, and I think it has, like you say, it probably one of the reasons why we are happy together and strong together, that we've been through some stuff.
Yeah.
I must say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life is strange.
Life is strange. It never turns out as you thought it would be, maybe.
No.
Yeah. But that's the nice thing about life. It would have been very boring if it was the opposite.
Yes. So now we live together, big house, kids all over the place, mixed families, left, right and center. But I believe that all of us are very happy in this.
Yeah,
including our children and everything.
Yeah.
So we are blessed, as they say.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, and speaking of blessed, it's time for a beer.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this time we are going to the United States of America. And I did buy this beer at our local beer shop as usual, and I bought it only on looks. I was a sucker for the design of the box, so let's try to...
I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
Yeah, it does. It's Uber Hazy, and it's from a company called Pioneer Beer Company in the US, in Connecticut. So what have you got on Connecticut, Petra?
Oh my god, we actually talked about this yesterday, about the states in America.
Yeah.
And how much we knew about... we talk a lot about geography sometimes in our family, I think, and what we know about countries and things like that. We always know in the end that we don't know that much. At least not many of us. I cannot say anything about... I have no idea where in the USA this is... I can just guess. I guess it is in the middle, north middle.
North, east a little bit.
Okay.
Why is it called Connecticut?
It's connected to something, maybe.
There is a little hint on the box.
Uh-huh.
If you look at the box again.
It's something to do with water. It's connected with water.
Yeah. It means long tidal river
Okay.
in Native American language.
Okay.
Yes. And actually there are many places in the US who have Native American names.
Yeah, of course.
I watched a movie many years ago. I think it was like maybe Wayne's World or something. One of those comedies, and Alice Cooper all of a sudden came in, and they were talking about Milwaukee, because they were in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And this was the funny thing about the movie, because Alice Cooper is not the guy you expect to be very educated, right? But he came in and he was like, Milwaukee, well, as you know, this is an Indian name and it's pronounced Milwaukee. And he had this long story about Milwaukee. It was quite funny.
Okay.
But it's similar. Connecticut is, I don't remember which tribe that this comes from. It's some type of tribe. But it means long and tidal river. It's an old Native American name. And they also have a very famous school in Connecticut. Very famous university, you could say.
Okay. Shall I guess?
Yeah.
Ooh, Yale?
Yes!
Oh!
It's Yale!
Okay.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
You know your Connecticut, apparently.
No, but I don't know a lot of universities, so to say.
Oh, you knew this one.
It was just here on the tongue. Yeah.
So Yale is in Connecticut, apparently. And so is also the Pioneer Beer Company.
Okay.
Pretty similar story as we've seen sometimes. Couple of good friends wanted to make a good beer, started a small company, and they wanted to be very tied to the community, so they're very passionate about Connecticut and the connections to it. So a lot of their artwork is like here, it is the landscape, right? So a lot of their artwork is connected very much to the heritage of Connecticut.
Okay.
And this is a double New England style IPA, so it should be good. Let's see. Beer and glass, two important ingredients.
I just, if it's cold now,
It is cold.
I will like it however it tastes.
Smell it.
Because I'm really...
Smell it.
It smells like pineapple.
And you know what? This time you are right. This time you are right, Petra. I checked, I read about this, and it said one of the things that characterizes this smell is pineapple. So finally, you got it right. It's a dog down here. You can't see it. Mr. Luca. But look at the color. It's pretty light. and it's, as it says, hazy. So it's not completely see-through. It's not that filtered. You see? Can't
Yeah,
really
I can see
through
it. It's really special colorway, actually.
It is.
It looks beautiful.
So do you. Thank you. Please give it a go. Yeah. Take
Yeah.
one more. One more.
Slow breathing.
Maybe he wants to try it too.
Probably. I
Okay,
think it was
so
really good.
while I take a sip, you can describe the taste in a poetic manner, please.
It smells very dreamy, pineapple-y. Cool.
Okay. That's a very good and poetic description.
I think I will Google up some good words for beer tasting next time and use them however it tastes.
Very tasty though.
Yeah,
It's
it was
a lot
really
of taste.
it was really good. It was not that much of a sparkle in it. Sparkling.
What do you think? No, maybe not.
But they go away very quickly.
Bubbles disappear.
Yeah.
But super rich with taste. It's a lot of taste
really
in it.
nice.
Okay, so Petra, we want to grade this one, right? So I need some skates, please.
You need some skates.
And I think I need 5 at least.
You can take these then. The Scout Shawl kit.
The Scout Shawl. Okay, so Petra, my friend and wife, how many plies would you give the Eber Hazy new double New England style IPA from Pioneer Beer Company in Connecticut, the home of Yale, and coming from a little Native American name?
I will give it 2.
2 plies.
Yes. Maybe
Which-
to 3.
Maybe
No, 2. 3.
2.
2.
3 through
2.
2.5.
Through?
Yeah, it's a combination.
That's 2.5.
Mm.
I can give it
That's
3
right.
then. Because I thought it was a lot of taste.
Yes.
You cannot not drink too many.
No. So it's not a beer you just drink and don't recognize it.
No.
You will know you're drinking it.
Yeah.
So 3. It's a little powerful beer.
Yeah.
It's fine. I think it's probably pretty strong actually. I would guess. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh, Jesus Christ. 8.5%.
Okay. That's many times to me. I like it when it's around 4.
Yeah.
But
I like around 6.
but since it tasted a
You
lot
know,
of other things.
you know you're not telling the truth now. You never drink a beer with 4%.
No, but between 4 and 5. These IPAs with
They are-
4.5. There are many times 4.5.
Okay.
I have actually checked.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
This is pretty strong, however.
Yeah.
So you should not drink many of them.
No.
But you can drink one
Yes,
if you want to.
that's
if
perfect.
You like it. Okay. So how many skeins would you give this baby then?
I will give it 4.
Four skeins.
Yes. I
Pretty
think
good.
4 was fine.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I would have probably given it 5 though.
You would?
Yeah. But it's not me who grades the beer.
Okay, no.
I like a tasty bastard.
Yeah, I know. I like also tasty, but not too much taste.
No. But if you are into tasty beers, this is definitely one to go for.
Eber Haze.
Eber Hazy. New England Double England Double from Connecticut. Okay, so 4 skeins and 3 plies.
Yes, that's true.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good job. I wonder what we will have next time. I'm still missing these Asian beers.
Yes.
It's still on the list.
Is it that it's difficult to get any Asian beer or just any more with a taste?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, in Asia they have a lot of beers that are international.
Yeah.
But they are typically
like a lager or
a not very special, tasty type of beer that I like at least.
I get it.
So I want something more genuine, something smaller.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay, thank you for participating in the beer section, and I'm not sure maybe you can write something below, because as you said this time, we kind of flipped around the order of things.
Yeah.
So we put the knitting content in the beginning.
Yeah.
Maybe it was good, maybe not.
Yeah,
But I
we
think
just try it.
your intention was the right one, because some people watch this only to see the
Yeah.
knitting content, and then of
Yeah.
course if you can see that first, then you can turn it off.
Yeah. And sometimes there are a lot and sometimes not. You know, it's I sometimes I'm easy stressed.
Mm.
And sometimes I get a little stressed that I don't have done anything, but it's just, you know, when you run a business, there's not a lot. I don't have the time to sit here and knit, and I work a lot with the company, and so that's why. Well, and it's kind of our life, the business, so that's why it also surrounds our life in general.
Yeah.
And but if you have any wishes that you think we should bring into the podcast, or maybe things that you think is really, really unnecessary, that's totally fine. Even if though we will decide ourselves in the end, because it's our space. But maybe you have some good thoughts how we could evolve this or anything. So that's just welcome if you'd like.
I have a thought though.
Yeah.
I know that most people watching this pod do it for the beer section.
Yes, of course.
So that should be the first section, really.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you can turn it off when all the rest boring stuff comes.
Okay, that's true.
Mm.
Maybe we can do one pod each.
No. And some,
I do about knitting and you
nobody
about
can
beer.
test my beer then. No, it's good to have it at the end. I see the beer section as a little candy.
Yeah.
So when you've done all the hard stuff, then you get a little candy.
Yeah, that's great actually. And I have been sweating in this sweater.
Yeah.
Or in 1 hour now.
You think it's why it's called a sweater?
Yeah, maybe. I just thought about it when I said it. I've been sweating in this sweater.
Yeah, I never thought about that either, actually.
But that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rest of the day, if you want to know, I will spend outside of the house painting. And today, maybe today, probably a little bit tomorrow, but almost today marks the final day of this year's painting.
Yeah.
That's
I have promised to paint maybe 1 or 2 windows today.
Yeah, you've promised to paint maybe one window today. That's correct. I will, however, paint an entire wall.
Yeah, we will see. We will let you know what happened.
Yep.
I might just finish up. I'm just might end up with my knitting.
Yeah, that's also something that needs to be done.
I just say to Robert, I'm working.
Yeah, but
He can't say anything about
No,
that.
It's true. I
You
don't.
work many late evenings
I do.
with your job, so I have to work with my job.
Yeah. Anything more you want to share today?
No, I think that's it for today. I just, I hope you all, I know many of you maybe are heading towards winter, of course, so we can just say happy summer to everyone, because that would be really untrue, of course, but if you are in this area, I hope, because many of us, at least here in the north, waiting for the holiday and really, really deserve a holiday now. So I hope you all will get a really beautiful summertime.
Yeah.
And for you who might live in the area where the winter is coming, you might actually longing for the winter and some cold weather, I don't know. But I hope that will be fine as well, and that you all have a lovely time, and that you're feeling good and taking care and knit a lot. I don't know.
I could not have said that better myself.
No. So we are just so thankful that you follow us here, and we are so thankful for all your comments and all your cheerful energy you give to us. That's really, really so fun to read and everything. So thank you for that. Thank you for staying here. Please subscribe if you like it, or the thumbs up if you like it. Otherwise, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, have a nice time until next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
orchard on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here